بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome back everyone to our Nahu class, class number 2. We left off last class. One moment. التدريب الثاني التدريب الثالث. And basically what it was a review of how to conjugate three-lettered past tense verbs. We did mala'a, we did labisa, and then the rest are easy for y'all to do inshallah ta'ala on your own. So what we will do today bi'idhnillah ta'ala is we're going to move to the next part, the next exercise, which is the same thing right here at ba. So if you open up your PDFs to this section, you can follow along inshallah ta'ala. And if you need help, I posted the PDF on the first video. So you can scroll through the Facebook page, find the PDF and open it up. Here the instructions read uktub. We know uktub what it means. It means write. Al-jumal al-atiya, we covered that, the following sentences. Kama fi namudaj, as in the example. This example is going to be just like the exercise before. Except here we're not working on three-lettered past tense verbs and conjugating them into present and then into command form. Here we're working on more than 3 letters. Mazid fi, as we took in the sarf class. So let's look at the example here. First sentence in the namudaj, in the example it says akkada المسافر الرحلة. أكد المسافر الرحلة. أكد is our fi'l. This is our fi'l. And it is a 4-lettered fi'l. أكد. And if you remember from the sarf class, so we're going to write here, أكد, it comes from the wazn فعل. فعل. How do we know this? Let's write akkada right below it. Because it matches it. The same pattern. فعل akkada. The shadda is in the middle and they all have fathas. So just by looking at it, you know it belongs to the fa'ala wazn. Fa'ala. Okay? Akkada means to reassure. Akkada means to reassure or to confirm or affirm. That's what akkada means. To reassure or to affirm or confirm. Here it says akkada al-musafiru. Musafiru. Al-musafiru is the fa'il. He is the doer. How do we know? Because of the dhamma. Al-musafir means the traveler. The one that is traveling. So akkada al-musafiru, what did he confirm? الرحلة. الرحلة. The thing that he confirmed, مفعول به, it has a fatha as we know. So the rihla means the trip. So the traveler confirmed the trip and he secured it. Okay? You make a reservation and then after you make the reservation, you have to confirm the reservation and that's what he did here. أكد المسافر الرحلة. The point is here to work our sarf that we learned in the last book. So from fa'ala, right here, from the awzan that we learned and how to do it, we said fa'ala, it goes into yufa'ilu. Yufa'ilu. So therefore, akkada will go into, has to follow the same pattern because it's in the same wazn. It goes into yu'akkidu. Fa'ala yufa'ilu. Akkada yu'akkidu. That's why it was very important for y'all to memorize that chart that I gave y'all. Fa'ala yufa'ilu taf'ilan. فهو مفاعل, if you remember. أكد يؤكد. توكيدا, right? to affirm something. So أكد يؤكد. And hence here, you see, we changed it from أكد to يؤكد. المسافر الرحلة. From that, now we gotta go to فعل أمر. So فعل يفعل, remember, تفعيلا فهو مفعل والأمر منه فاعل. والأمر منه فاعل. So the amr of أكد يؤكد is أكد. أكد. Hence right here in the example. أكد. That's how we get it. That's why I gave you guys that chart. Hopefully you memorized it so that this will become easy. All you have to do is spot which wazn it comes from, the fi'l, and then it just has to follow that pattern. And that's how it is in mazid fi, more than 3-lettered past tense verbs. It just follows the pattern. You can put any word in any pattern. Just real quick, if there are some viewers, can someone write a comment and let me know that my audio is, you can hear me, that the audio is working? Can someone do that, please? Barakallahu feek. Is my audio working? Someone could just put yes, inshallah ta'ala, or else then maybe okay, alhamdulillah. طيب. So it's audible. Alhamdulillah. Mumtaz. Barakallahu feek. So, alhamdulillah. So that's why it is important to memorize those awzan. Now let's go to the first example and do it together, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. First thing we need to do is read the sentence. أرسل إسماعيل الطرد. أرسل إسماعيل الطرد. أرسل, this فعل أرسل, it means sent. It means sent. Okay? Who sent Ismail? How do we know? Because of the dhamma. He's the fa'il. Because of the dhamma. So Ismail sent. What did he send? At-tarda. 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 Sorry, at-tarda is يعني a package. So Ismail sent a package. How do we know grammatically that the package is the thing that was sent? Because of this fatha right here. Okay? Now, our job here is to identify this fi'l. Arsala. What wazn does it go back to? We learned the 10 awzan. Arsala, brothers and sisters, it goes back to af'ala. Af'ala. And if you remember the wazn, af'ala yuf'ilu if'alan fahuwa muf'ilun wal amru minhu af'il. Hopefully you memorized it and this becomes very easy. So it comes from af'ala, or it goes into the af'ala wazn. So af'ala, and then the mudariya is yuf'ilu. Yuf'ilu, right? يفعل إفعالا فهو مفعل والأمر منه, and the amr in this wazn always stays the same, أفعل. In this pattern, it has the hamza in the beginning. أفعل. أفعل. So because we know that, alhamdulillah, our job now is to take أرسل and move it into mudari', as in the example above. So أرسل, right? We have أرسل. Now we want to move it into mudari'. So arsala becomes yursilu. Yursilu. So we want to say yursilu, and then the rest of the sentence. Ismailu يرسل إسماعيل الطرد. يرسل إسماعيل الطرد. نعم. So أرسل يرسل. And since the amr is أفعل, we would do the same. We would do the same. So يرسل becomes أرسل. It becomes أرسل. طيب. Oh, sorry. So أفعل. So therefore يرسل becomes, has to match that. أرسل. أرسل. If you notice, look here closely. أفعل. Here's your fa, here's your ayn, here's your lam. So therefore, the ra here is the fa, the sin is the ayn al-fi'l, and the lam is the lam al-fi'l. And the addition is this hamza here. That's how we know it belongs into the af'ala family. And likewise, when we move it to mudariya, yuf'ilu. It's important that a dhamma on the ya, on the harf al-mudariya, on the ya, we put a dhamma, so we did that. Yuf'ilu, we just move the fa, ayn, and lam over. It becomes yursilu. Yursilu. Yuf'ilu, yursilu. Again, this is the fa, this is the ayn, and this is the lam al-fi'l. Fa'ala, right? Those are the letters we use to identify the root letters. So it becomes yursilu. Yursilu. And likewise in the amr, it is af'il, af'il. So therefore, the same thing. Arsil. It has to match. Arsil. Same pattern. Arsil. Okay? That's why, inshallah ta'ala, for those that completed the sarf course with us and memorized those awzan from the sarf, you are well off right now, alhamdulillah. أفعل يفعل إفعالا فهو مفعل والأمر منه أفعل. Alhamdulillah, this should be easy. طيب. So that was number one. أرسل يرسل أرسل. أرسل إسماعيل الطرد. The Ismail sent the package. يرسل إسماعيل الطرد. Ismail is sending the package. إرسل الطرد يا إسماعيل. Send the package, O Ismail. That's how we do it, alhamdulillah. Now we move on, inshallah. I'm going to erase this, and we're going to move on to number 2, and do the same thing, inshallah ta'ala. Read the sentence, translate it, and then figure out the fi'l, which wasn't the fi'l goes back to. Which wasn't the fi'l goes back to. طيب. So let's read now number 2. Number 2. It says أذن المؤذن للصلاة. أذن, this fi'l أذن, it means to proclaim or to call out. Okay? Linguistically, it means to call out. Here the meaning we want is made the adhan. When you call out to prayer, adhana, it means proclaim, right? Out loud. But here, adhana, when it's used, you know that he made the adhan. Who made the adhan? Al-mu'adhinu. Al-mu'adhinu. How do we know al-mu'adhinu was the one making the adhan? Because of the dhamma. Because of the dhamma. What did he make the adhan for? Li, which is for as-salah. Lis-salati. He made the adhan for the salah. And salah here has a kasra because of this lam. Okay? So, أذن المؤذن للصلاة. The mu'adhan made the adhan for the prayer, for salah. So many things we want to extract here. First, the fi'l. أذن. أذن. So now it's time to think, which wasn't does it go back to? Well, we know it's not fa'ala, fa'ula, fa'ila, because it's not 3 letters. It has a shadda in the middle, which indicates an extra letter, so we know it's a 4-lettered fi'l. So let's go through the awzan after fa'ala, fa'ila, fa'ula. The first one, or the second one out of all the awzan was fa'ala. فعل فعل أذن فعل. Looks like a match to me. Let's see. أذن fits that pattern. أذن فعل. All fathas and a shadda in the middle. It's a dead giveaway. It belongs to the fa'ala family. And if you remember the wazn or the family of fa'ala, we said fa'ala, and the mudari' is yufa'ilu. It is yufa'ilu. So let's write yufa'ilu. And again, if someone is watching and they're struggling with this, you should go back to the sarf videos, and I titled them. You can find them on the YouTube page, all of them. And I titled them. So go to the one where it says the last 2 videos or the last 3 videos of the sarf or of the sarf videos. I go over all of these patterns, 1 through 10. So you can well ground yourself in this ilm of sarf. So we said فَعَلَ يُفَاعِلُ تَفْعِيلًا فَهُوَ مُفَاعِلٌ وَالْأَمْرُ مِنْهُ فَاعِل. And the amr for this is, for this wazn, فَاعِل. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. هذا درس النحو ولا صرف. This dars يا أخي رمال, وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله, is Nahu. However, it is the beginning of the Nahu book, and in the beginning it reinforces the sarf that the student should know by now. So we already covered the sarf book, and we covered the sarf patterns. So it is expected that the student starting this book, he already knows or she already knows, the basics of sarf. طيب? So this is a review. These exercises before we start chapter 1, they are in the book. They are just a review for what you have already learned. So we said فَعَلَ يُفَاعِلُ فَاعِل, right? So أَذَّنَ now has to go into mudari' form. It has to match the يُفَاعِلُ. So we know the first letter is going to be a U. And then the fa'ul fi'l here is a hamza. And whenever you have, if some of y'all are confused about writing, what to put the hamza on. Do we put it on a ya? Do we put it on a alif? Do we put it on a waw? An easy way to know that is look at the letter before. The ya here, okay? The letter before the hamza. If it has a dhamma, then you make the hamza sit on a waw. Again, if it has a dhamma, then the hamza sits on a waw. Okay? So here ya has a dhamma, so therefore we give the chair to the hamza a waw. Okay? So it becomes yu'a. And then we need to fill in the rest. And then we have adhana, so it becomes yu'adhinu. Put a shadda on the dal, dhamma on the noon, kasra here, yu'adhinu, from yufa'ilu, right? It's in that pattern. So adhana yu'adhinu. And what would our amr be? Fa'il, it becomes adhin. 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 So now we can fill up our sentences. So we say adhan al-mu'adhinu li-salah. We say yu'adhinu al-mu'adhinu al-mu'adhinu li-salah. Li-salati, right? Yu'adhinu. Al-mu'adhin, the mu'adhin is making the call for prayer because this is mudari' form. And the amr, the command form would be adhin. Adhin. We would say lis-salati ya mu'adhin. Ya mu'adhin. Ya mu'adhinu. So adhin li salah ya mu'adhin. O mu'adhin, make the adhan for salah. That's how command form goes. So once again, it goes back to that wazn فَعَلَ يُفَاعِلُ تَفْعِيلًا فَهُوَ مُفَاعِلٌ وَالْأَمْرُ مِنْهُ فَاعِل. If you had memorized it just like that, this is going to be very easy for you, inshallah ta'ala. If not, go back and watch those videos and stay with us in this class. If you can do both at the same time, it will be very good for you. One more thing before we move on to the rest of them. Okay? One more thing. Let me erase all of this. Now pay attention, because this is also from the sarf that we have covered. So look at this now. Look at this sentence. I will rewrite it for you here. طيب. We have أذن. أذن. And then what I want y'all to focus on here is this word. المؤذن. المؤذن. And then we have للصلاة. Right? What I put in red is what I want you to focus on. We said أذن comes from فَعَلَ, right? We said فَعَلَ يُفَاعِلُ تَفْعِيلًا. تَفْعِيلًا is the masdar. And then we said فَهُوَ مُفَاعِلٌ. Do you remember that? We said فَعَلَ we said this wazn was فَعَلَ يفاعل تفعيلا, if you remember. تفعيلا. Then we said فهو, and this is the اسم الفاعل, if you remember. فهو مفاعل. Meaning that فهو مفاعل means if you want to say somebody who does that action, it's called the اسم الفاعل. He is a مفاعل. He is a مفاعل. So here we have أذن المؤذن. المؤذن, brothers and sisters, looks a lot like مفاعل. المؤذن. So that's where مؤذن comes from. The one who does this act. أذن. So once again, فَعَلَ يُفَاعِلُ تَفْعِيلًا فَهُوَ مُفَاعِلٌ. So then we would do أذن يؤذن, right? أذن يؤذن. And then when we get to فَهُوَ, it has to match it. مُفَاعِلٌ becomes مُؤذِّنٌ. I hope that was clear for everybody, inshallah ta'ala. مُؤذِّنٌ فَهُوَ مُؤذِّنٌ. So that's somebody who's doing this fi'l from فَعَلَ يُفَاعِلُ. So أذن يؤذن all the way to فَهُوَ مُؤذِّنٌ. So that's where mu'adhin comes from, the one who does the adhan. If you know your sarf well and you memorize it well, you can see these things in the sentences. You start knowing who's doing what in the sentences, and it helps you to translate and understand who the ismul fa'il is, what the fi'l is, what wazn it goes back to. It's all patterns. You memorize the patterns, it helps you, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, so I hope that was clear thus far, inshallah ta'ala. Now, if we just look briefly, because this is just review, at number 3, it says أكمل الرجل العمل. أكمل, it means finished. So the man finished. أكمل, what did he finish? العمل, work, the work. It has a fatha because it's the thing that he finished. So the man finished the work. We have a fi'l here, أكمل. 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 If we know our sarf till now, we know that أكمل goes back to the أفعل. أفعل wazn. Just like this word in number 1, أرسل. أكمل. Same. It goes back to the أفعل. So if we know the أفعل wazn, the way we learned it, أفعل, يفعل. Then we can turn it into مضارع with no problem. So أكمل would become يكمل. Would become يكمل. أكمل يكمل. Right? أكمل يكمل. Just by looking at it. And we know that the أمر would be, so أفعل يفعل إفعالا فهو مفعل والأمر منه أفعل. أفعل. So therefore أكمل يكمل, it has to match that pattern, would become أكمل. أكمل. Something that we have read so many times in the Sarf book. أكمل كما في النموذج. You remember that? أكمل كما في النموذج. It means to complete or fill out. Complete. Just like the example. So complete the lesson as in the example. Here we have أكمل الرجل العمل. The man finished the work. Then we say يكمل الرجل العمل. The man is finishing his work. Now we want to tell the man, finish your work, O man. We say أكمل العمل يا رجل. أكمل العمل يا رجل. This number 4 here, أقفل. أقفل. أقفل means to shut. Again, أقفل means to shut. So this word أقفل means to shut. العامل. العامل is the worker. And he's the one that is shutting. So the worker shut. How do we know العامل is the one that shut? Because of the dhamma at the end. Every fa'il, we keep mentioning it, and this is just all about repetition. Sarf is all about repetition and repetition and repetition until it sticks. Okay? How do we know that the amil is the one that did it? Because of the dhamma at the end. So, أقفل العامل, the worker shut. What did he shut? البوابة. البوابة, the gate. He shut the gate. بوابة means gate. And the thing that he shut, remember, مفعول به, if it can take a fatha, we give it a fatha. That's why it has a fatha here. So أقفل العامل البوابة. The amil, the worker, shut the gate. Let's examine this أقفل. Looks a lot similar to the previous sentence أكمل. And also number 1 up here, أرسل. So therefore it has to be from this wazn, أفعل. So same thing. أقفل العامل البوابة. The worker closed the gate or shut the gate. So now we want to say أقفل. We want to move it to مضارع, to present tense. We want to say the worker is shutting the gate. How do we do that? أقفل becomes يقفل. يقفل. So we say يقفل العامل. We say the worker يقفل العامل البوابة. The worker is shutting the gate. The worker is shutting the gate. نعم. Now we want to tell the worker, shut the gate, O worker. So we say أقفل. We say, أقفل. أقفل البوابة يا عامل. Shut the gate, O worker. Right? All of this, once again, goes back to you memorizing those charts that I gave you in the previous book. أفعل يفعل إفعالا فهو مفعل والأمر منه أفعل. So all of these would then become very easy for you, inshallah ta'ala. Number 5, we will not do ajaba because it has a harf al-illa and we haven't learned that yet. Whenever a verb has a alif, waw, or ya in the middle or end, it makes sarf problems. That's a whole nother chart we need to memorize, but that is on the next level, sarf. So this, alhamdulillah, was a quick review of conjugating 3-lettered past tense verb in the previous exercise. And this exercise was being able to spot some af'al and take them back to their awzan and how to move them from fi'l madin, from past tense verb to fi'l mudarin, to present tense verb, and then also to fi'l amr, to command form. Okay? So inshallah ta'ala, hang in there. It's going to get easier for sure. I think sarf was pretty easy if you just study it. Again, go back to those last 3 videos if you need help, because this part of this book is just a review of what you have already taken and what you have already learned. So we continue inshallah ta'ala on this next exercise. ثانيا, it says اكتب الجمل الآتية. We know this, right? The following sentence, كما في النموذج, a million times or so we've been over that. كما في النموذج, as in the example. So let's look at النموذج, the example now. Okay? So it says here, number 1, not number 1, but in the first example, المسافر. We know المسافر is the traveler. يرجع من الرحلة. يرجع comes from رجع. رجع يرجع. رجع يرجع, which means returned. So المسافر يرجع من الرحلة. The musafir, here we can't say returned, we have to say is returning. Why do we say is returning? Because it's fi'l mudari'. It's present tense, so we can't translate it as past tense. So we say المسافر يرجع من الرحلة. The musafir, the traveler, is returning من الرحلة. Is returning من الرحلة. From, mean from. الرحلة, we took that in the sarf book. الرحلة means the trip or journey. So the musafir, the traveler, is returning from the journey. Let's hear or see in the example what they want us to do. So that is the sentence. المسافر يرجع من الرحلة. Let's look at the next sentence. المسافران يرجعان من الرحلة. المسافران يرجعان من الرحلة. Very good. So now it took المسافر, one traveler, and it's showing us how to say 2 travelers. The way doing that is you add a ani at the end. So musafiru becomes musafirani. Just like if we say al-muslimu, one Muslim, right? The Muslim. Al-muslimu. If we want to say 2 Muslims, we say muslimani. We say limani. We add the ani at the end. Al-muslimani. So when you want to make a masculine word dual, you just add the ani at the end and it makes it 2. However, when you start your sentence with 2 or more people, here musafirani is 2 people, then the fi'l, the verb that comes after it, has to also match it in number. It has to match it in number and also in gender, of course. So al-musafirani, you remember the sarf that we took? We said huwa yarji'u, huma yarji'ani. Huwa yaf'alu, huma yaf'alani, if you remember. That's why it's important to memorize those charts. So al-musafirani yarji'ani. So we took yarji'u and changed yarji'u into yarji'ani. Because now we are not talking about 1 person anymore. We're talking about 2. And if you remember this alif here, alif al-muthanna, it's the dual, the alif of dual that we learned in sarf class. So al-musafirani yarji'ani. You can't say al-musafirani yarji'u. No, that's a big mistake. It's not acceptable. You have to say yarji'ani. Yarji'ani. You have to add the ani at the end. Right? So al-musafirani yarji'ani min ar-rihla. Min ar-rihla. The 2 travelers are returning from the trip. Now, so let's look at the final example they give us here. The final one here is right here where I'm putting this dot. Al-musafiruna yarji'una min ar-rihla. Again, المسافرون يرجعون من الرحلة. The travelers. Now, because of the una, the waw al-jama'ah, whenever you want to say a group of men or a group of men and women are doing something, 3 or more people, you add the una at the end. So al-musafiru, al-musafirani for 2, for 3 it would be al-musafiruna, just like it would be for, we said al-muslimu is 1, al-muslimani is 2, al-muslimuna is 3 or more. So we say al-musafiruna, al-musafiruna, 3 or more travelers. So here we'll just say plural travelers. The travelers, and we have to change the fi'l. It can't be yarji'u, it can't be yarji'ani. It has to be yarji'una. If you recall back in sarf class, huwa yaf'alu, huma yaf'alani, hum yaf'aluna, hum yaf'aluna. So hum yarji'una here. So once again, hum yarji'una. This waw al-jama'ah has to be added. Yarji'una. Al-musafiruna yarji'una min al-rihla. The travelers are coming back from the journey. So once again, all this is showing us is, take it back to our sarf of mudari'a. So we have the verb raja'a, which meant he returned. When we take raja'a into mudari'a, it becomes yarji'u. Yarji'u. Just as it did with fa'ala. If you remember, we did fa'ala. When it goes into mudari'a, it becomes yaf'ilu. Remember, this is 3-lettered. Yaf'ilu. Yaf'ilu. So raja'a, yarji'u, fa'ala, yaf'ilu. When we want to say 2 people are returning, we say huma. If you remember, yarji'ani. Yarji'ani. Then we want to say 3 or more, we say hum yarji'una. We already know this because we did it so many times in the sarf book. Hum yarji'una, and then you remember there was hiya tarji'u, and then huma tarji'ani, and then hunna yarji'na, right? And then anta tarji'u, antuma tarji'ani, antum tarji'una, anti tarji'ina, antuma tarji'ani, antum tarji'una, ana arji'u, nahnu narji'u. This should be solid by now, okay? So raja'a goes into yarji'u, huma yarji'ani, hum yarji'una. Hence, that's how we did these 3 examples right here. Okay? So with that, inshallah ta'ala, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, we said classes will not go over 40 minutes. Go back and rewatch this video. Be prepared to do all of these for next class. Look over them. Try to figure them out. Okay? So you're going to take al-mumarridu, for example. يعمل مع الطبيب. Al-mumarridu, the nurse, works with the doctor. So 2 things you're going to be prepared to do is change mumarridu into dual form, which will be, you add the ani at the end. So mumarridani. And then you got to change the fi'l, ya'malu, into dual. Ya'malani. And also then change it into plural. Al-mumarriduna, add the una at the end, and do the same for the fi'l, ya'maluna ma'a tabib. Try to do it for all of them so that when we come back Friday for class, inshallah ta'ala, you will be prepared and you will understand much easier, inshallah ta'ala. Please, brothers and sisters, the ones that are consistent, it's always 3 or 4 brothers or sisters that keep watching our videos. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you. I mean, there's a lot of people, they watch the videos, but 3 or 4 of you are very consistent. Feel free to message me any questions that you have. At my earliest convenience, inshallah ta'ala, I will hopefully respond with a correct answer. If I don't know it, we will try our best to find the answer, inshallah ta'ala. So anything you have of questions regarding these exercises, feel free to message me, and at my earliest convenience, I will try to get back with you with an answer, inshallah ta'ala. My hopes were, that I was hoping to make like a Zoom room where I can talk to the students. I think that's very important. The ones that are serious, I can talk to them and test them and quiz them. Those are my hopes, but make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we can get there so we can all benefit, inshallah ta'ala. With that being said, jazakum Allahu khairan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all of you for tuning in and wanting to better yourself by learning اللغة العربية, the Arabic language. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.